represent the elemental forces in their most purest form and potential.
All of the aces represent purest form of potential. So if it's an ace of cups, that's the purest of cups.
That's the purest form of emotions, the purest form of rational thought or thinking and logic.
That's swords.
Pentacles is the pure nature. So that's like being out in Mother Nature. And fire is being pure spirit.
Fire is wands. Pentacles is earth. Swords are air, because it's cutting. And cups is water. Mm-hmm. And the ace is the purest part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then after that, you divide the rest of the 9 remaining cards of the number cards. 3 cards for the major. 3 cards for the cardinal, 3 cards for the fixed, and 3 cards for the mutable. So when you look at the whole diagram, we can see that if we dealing with cardinal fire, Aries has 3 beacons.
0, 11, 0, 10, and 20. 1, 2, 3. So these are, but the Emperor is Aries. It's a major arcana.
Mm-hmm.
These are
his 3 beacons of rulership.
Are you
Mars
counting?
and Aries.
Are you counting the ace or no?
No, that's the energy in its purest form.
Okay.
So we have Mars and Aries, the Sun in Aries, and Venus in Aries. And then the next 3, which is the fixed fire, is Leo, strength. Saturn in Leo, Jupiter in Leo, Mars in Leo. And then we have mutable fire, which is temperance, Sagittarius. That's Mercury in Sag, the moon in Sag, and Saturn in Sag. So you can understand the major arcana and correlate them appropriately from tarot to astrology. After that, let's remove the ace from the number cards and the court cards, and then break everything down to 3s.
Remove the ace, take the courts out, and then break everything down to 3s. Oh, because so up there it was just boom, boom, boom. Then you came down. This is Virgo.
So this is the Earth plane.
Oh, this is the Earth plane. Yes, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn.
You might also want to use these.
When you get to the court yet.
No, I'm saying because all mines have, even my majors, have the astrological component on them.
I was going to use yours for the courts because that helps it explain it easier because you got that progression already on there. So cardinal Earth is Capricorn, and Capricorn 3 deacons are Saturn and Capricorn, Mars and Capricorn, and the Sun in Capricorn.
Are these exalted points? Where that's Jupiter in Cap, Mars in Cap.
What's Jupiter in Capricorn?
What is Jupiter in Capricorn?
Isn't Jupiter in his fall, Capricorn?
Because it's the next house, right? Yes, the next house. After when I leave my house, so that means Venus is in his fall in Gemini, right? I don't know, but I'll tighten up though.
Mars is exalted in Capricorn.
Yes, this is best working Cap.
And then the Sun in Capricorn. That's going to be himself.
the sun in Capricorn, isn't that in the reading? That's him being himself. Wait a minute. Nah. So where's Saturn in Cap?
It doesn't correlate.
That's the thing. That the cards themselves have the astrological relationship, but the aspect we haven't been able to put our finger on what's the pattern behind the aspects.
It's in the book. I pulled it up from the list.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did talk about that.
In the Baithwaite?
No, and
Rider rate.
the Astros are.
It's okay. I'm gonna get to it. Okay.
So the minor arcana tells the story of everyday life, whereas the major tells like the overall arching themes. This is like us here in the mundane. This is how these energies play out in the mundane, not including the planets.
Because the planets aren't laid out here.
Nope. But you could. Who is whose ruler? And you would just lay those cards on top. So if you pass me the rest of those. So Neptune rules Pisces, that's down there. Scorpio. Aquarius. Can I see a magician, bro?
My magician?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you put
This is here.
Yes. Here we go. Cancer. And who? Oh, can I see? Also see your Empress.
Y'all should be sharing this video. Press 2 if you shared the video. Somebody else wants to learn. Owl Crown Tarot on Instagram.
So looking at this, you can see how all the energetics of the entire deck work together. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Thus the world rules the devil. And we can see the 3 manifestations that the devil has in our everyday lives.
Which would be the 2 of Pentacles.
3 of Pentacles, or 4 of Pentacles.
Everyday life activity of how
Juggling options, working hard, or keeping all my resources to myself.
Oh, number 4 is not getting up off of nothing.
No.
So why is this 3? Why is this 3 of Pentacles standing up on the chair like that?
That's Capricorn. That's Mars exalted. That's an indication of the exaltation.
I'm just saying when you're saying that, like that's work.
Yeah. That's him. So Capricorn, or Mars rather, will be the worksman.
Those people are buying from him, or they're getting married. All right.
So this is the actor building the design. Capricorn's the architect.
So his design is the 2 Pentacles. He's making that.
Well, Jupiter is expanding, so expanding what is the case? In that case, it would be expanding business.
And it could
Because
be
the
travel.
ships in the background, and it's risky. I usually interpret that card as risky investments because of the waves. we don't know if his investments are going to make it there.
Wow.
And he's juggling between the two.
The Two of Pentacles. He's the stocks. He's trading. Trendings. Look at those bell curves. All right. The Hierophant. So there's Mercury in Taurus in the first decan, Moon in Taurus, and Saturn in Taurus.
And who rules the Hierophant?
Venus, the Empress.
So the Empress gives the Hierophant orders. That's his ruler.
Does the world tell the devil what to do?
Yeah.
The Tower tells the Emperor. Wheel of Fortune tells the Temperance. That's that planet. All right.
Because remember, the planets are the actors.
This is why you said it would be easy to put in the minor arcana in
I put it through all this in 1 week.
in with the spread, because I have Saturn in Taurus. So that's the 7 of Pentacles. And
That
then
means you're very patient. You're definitely willing to be patient for your investments to return. You don't mind waiting a year and then you want to get your kickback.
turn it off. Yeah. For my investments to mature. Right. I like scalp trading, but I'd rather put something in that's letting my money grow. However, I play with karma too much.
And so, Justice is an air sign that's ruled by the Empress. So, she also takes orders from the Empress. Remember that whole rent system that we were doing yesterday? This is the rent system for the entire deck. Who paying who?
So, for instance, the moon in Libra has, wherever she's at, she's got to pay rent to the Empress.
Nah, that would be how she would express herself in the mundane world. So with the paying rent system, I said that because if, let's say you have, let's say you're doing a spread and the Two of Swords come up, after you did your natal chart reading, if that comes up and it's next to, let's say, the Hierophant, we can tell that somehow, some way, that the Hierophant, that energetic, is balancing two options out. But energetically, he would be paying homage to the Empress. So he had to go, he should go consult his inner feelings. Because that's who the Hierophant pays rent to.
But the minor cards are just playing it out in the everyday. I'm going to see that in a full reading.
That's the transaction. I'll show you that in the full reading. So, pass me the English magic now.
The whole deck.
I'm pretty sure I need to go check those clues.
Y'all jokers got me want to get back to the crib. So like I'm going to kill my books. You don't.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't really understand. Cause y'all ain't gonna be that. I mean, like not just to help me, but I'm not gonna have no distractions.
Right.
Like I'm just about to sit down and
Just
just.
to show you how these scorecards work.
There's more.
Yeah.
I get.
He went through the majors and the pips. So in the minors you have
What's
the
a pip?
pips.
Why do you keep calling them? I mean, you know, I be thinking forex.
Yeah,
So help
that's
me.
interest points. No, it's just like I don't. Where did the term pip come from?
It just means number.
Okay, pip. There you go. So these are the pips. So in the minor you have the pips, and then you also have the court cards. These are the court cards as they exist in the pips, and this is the major correlation to the pips and their astrological correspondence. This is the sign progression, and this is dealing with individuals.
He probably got the court cards.
Yeah.
Right. Uh-huh. Andrew, I'm looking at. He's teaching me all the minors today. This is the minors. I learned the major arcana the last 2 days. So today, this is all lighthouse activity. Yeah. But when we get to these zodiac cards, guess what? Class is over for y'all jugglers on live. That's gonna be just for me. Okay.
I'm ready for my thing. I'm ready with my thing.
Okay.
Oh, you did the spread?
I need to pull into the cards. So you have the lovers, the five of swords, and the nine of cups. So we have the lovers, Gemini, so that's mutable air. Five of swords. 1, 2, 3. That's what, 4. 5 is under Gemini's rulership, so that's being paid rent to itself. And 9 of coins. So we can say this is the person, or this is the role in which we can see that this energetic or currency exchange is going to happen. If you know who this ruler is, you know who is getting paid for rent. So this is 9 of coins. That would be the hermit. So the lovers is paying the hermit rent. It's providing an energetic exchange.
But I thought, how's a sign paying another sign?
Because the hermit rules this card.
But there's no. But when you, what's the planetary, the planet for
Mercury will be getting paid here, and Mercury also rules the lovers, Gemini.
who's getting money back to itself?
And we've seen that with the zodiac wheel.
And the Five of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. And the first deacon of Gemini.
And 9 of coins will correlate to what?
Venus in Virgo, which is the Empress. Is the Empress Venus?
Well, what deacon of Virgo is that?
Second deacon. But when you're doing, so you have this spread memorized in your head when you're doing a 3-card spread.
Well, any card spread. I just got this formula. This is the formula. I got this memorized.
This is the map of how the cards function and correlate between themselves. So once you get the formula of the order of operations in the cards, this is just us putting them all out so that you can see them. But once you memorize it, this is something you just know.
Why is do most tarot readers know that about these deacons?
I'm not sure.
I doubt it, because I ain't heard nobody talking about it. But they would have to know astrology.
I feel like a lot of people just go into like different interpretations that they can find about the cards and different books that they can find about the cards. But when you actually deal with the historical narrative of the origin of the cards and what things were organized in order to facilitate their complexity, then you can really dig deep and realize that it's nothing but correspondence of other systems of understanding.
I would also say that people are not really symbol literate, so you can hide things in relatively plain sight.
That's what I was thinking about last night when you was talking about developing a animation that that teaches Kabbalah and all that. I was like, why don't you just stick to the system that they use now? Teach them when they don't know they're being taught. If they influencing them and they don't know they're being influenced, just teach them and they don't know they're being taught. Somebody in the anime knows they're trying to teach these kids. You know what I'm saying? And they got green lighted.
You could teach Kabbalah through tarot too, but that's a whole different topic.
Class coming. Tell them class coming. Class coming.
That would be like the fall.
Yes, sir.
It's my favorite card right here. It's my young boy.
7 of Wands.
7 of Swords.
Swords.
Yeah, it's my young boy.
Wow. Why is? Because he got the fez on.
No, not because he got the fez on, but definitely because he got the fez on. No, he's a thief. You see how he's looking back, making sure nobody's chasing him. I just like the cleverness of the artistic symbolism of this card. I think it's very clever. Even just his foot placement is significant. The red of his shoes noting his impulse and the actions that he's taking. Also his anxiety about taking those actions. I mean,
anxiety, 3rd deacon of Gemini, nervous energy. I would imagine you're stealing.
You feel me?
And you can explain your court cards now. Oh, and I can pull up the asteroids.
Oh, with the pages?
Yeah.
That's cool. Which ones?
The big 4. I found my phone.
Okay. So the courts help me understand the elemental relationship with qualities, or what qualities are made up out of, right? So the court cards, once you remove the princess, or my deck is known as the princess, his deck is the page.
What do they do?
The page and the princess are the herald of the element, meaning they're describing or they're inspiring the idea. A lot like how the ace works, how the ace is the urge or like the primal swirlings or the root of power of this particular element. The page works in a very similar manner, right? So the page is earth, is the tangible manifestation of this thing, right? And this can appear in a reading as a person or as an individual that pops up. But in order to look at this astrologically, we remove the pages as a herald, for instance, for the element, right? And each element starts with the queen or the water in that system. And that's expressing the mutability that comes before cardinal engagement. So you have to have options, you have to have air, you have to have things up in the air before you make a decision, which is astrologically with Aries, it has 10 degrees of Pisces influencing it naturally when it's depicted in the card. So the first card, being the Queen of Wands, starts with 10% of Pisces.
The 3rd deacon of Pisces.
The 3rd deacon of Pisces is incorporated in that card. So you have mutability gives birth to cardinal. And then it goes in its natural progression. So here you have the last 10 degrees of Aries and the first 20 degrees of Taurus.
And this will be the last 10 degrees of Taurus and the first 20 degrees of Gemini. Which is right there at the top.
So for instance, right, what deacon of Taurus are you in?
26, the 3rd deacon.
So this would be you, the Knight of Swords, right? But if you're here, you also progress. Same way you progress, same way I can progress your chart while reading it astrologically, I can progress you by card.
So I think I'm 12 degrees Cancer, which would be the second deacon of Cancer.
So here you would be now in the Queen of Cups. And you would be that second Cancer symbol, and that's where you would exist. So you can actually monitor progression. So for instance, me and Nelson, right, I am the I'm the King of Wands, right? Whereas he was born the Queen of Cups. So he had to go through this experience to live in the world that I was born in. Whereas I was born in this world naturally, he became this card through his experiences of this card. I don't have these experiences for the same energetic of world, but I've also progressed. So now I kind of understand the world of engagement that he'll be moving into, even though he's older than me, simply because his actual energetic is the one that predates mine. And it all follows the system: Queen, King, Knight. Emotion, thought, action.
Emotion, thought, action. So there's no, in the court, there's no king.
No, there is a king. The king's right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's the thinking, because that's what king, that's the air.
Air.
Right,
So
right,
the
right.
Rider-Waite is switched. The king is at the top, and then it's the queen, and then it's the knight, and then it's the page. Where in my deck, the knight rules, because the knight is fire. So this is a Kabbalistic deck in the sense that this is Yod Hey Vav Hey, where the archetypal world of the tree of life is fire, and then it goes into the Briatic world is spirituality, is water, and then the Yasidic world, the formation, is air, or the thinking, and then after that you have the physical world. So my order of court goes fire, water, air, earth, whereas his, some interpretations of the Rider-Waite, they have it the other way around, whereas air, water, fire, earth. I mean, so depending on which deck and what school of thought you're dealing with, it can be differentiation.
But it's good to study all of them. That way you can decode your system.
But astrologically, when you're ordering them...
How about you said don't start with this deck?
Say what?
How about you said don't start with this deck?
I mean, I did, but I wouldn't suggest it.
You're an exception to the rule.
Yeah, but I'm very well versed in the study of Golden Dawn, so this was very helpful for me to synthesize my understanding of the occult. I'm not as artistic and imaginative as a lot of my colleagues, so that's something that I'm branching into.
Where's your Mercury?
Leo. Yeah, Leo. But I'm a progressed Virgo, so I'm very, I have to analyze things. So, for instance, if you look at his court cards, right, his court cards don't have these astrological values on them.
Right.
They're not as direct. My cards are very direct and dense. I mean, that's how I like it. I like to be able to synthesize what's happening, whereas this is a lot more interpretive.
You want a lot more information.
Yeah, I'm a big information guy, whereas this is interpretation. So, but ultimately, because this is a standard, I have to understand the Rider-Waite. So even the book that I have, the Ultimate Guide book that you've been looking at, that's my book, where it breaks down all the different symbols in the Rider-Waite.
Yeah,
so,
I had that coming up.
You feel me? So yeah, so I utilize that because this is ultimately a standard. You feel me? I understand how mine is a variation of the standard, even though this predates the standard. And I also understand how the other decks are alternations of the standard. So it's the same with language. Like when I studied Arabic, you have to learn Arabic standard before you can go and learn the Egyptian dialect or the Levantine dialect, because they're all going to be fluctuations of the standard. So I do appreciate the Rider-Waite, but this works more with how my cognition is.
So this is the 4 asteroids.
Oh, wow.
Juno, what's that? Pallas and Creus.
I didn't know that. That's heavy. We gotta play with that. We gotta put them in some circles.
Yeah. And I would have to figure out what was Lilith and like the vortex space. How would that correspond?
Still ain't getting to the North Node, but it's okay.
Wherever the moon
It's cool.
is.
We gotta fix for that.
No, that's simple. Wherever your chart. So you look in your chart, wherever your North Node is on your birth chart, would is correspond to the tarot. So like, where is your North Node?
Scorpio.
Your North Node is Scorpio, so his North Node is death.
Oh, there's no card, but there's still a place for it.
Oh yeah. You just have to consider it, I guess.
My North Node is the moon. Got it.
Okay.
That's what I was reading earlier when I went back to it.
Oh, that's so cute.
I am.
Somebody know.
Now I was thinking of your man Coop. You know Florida Capricorn?
Yeah.
That's a herpes a little bit. You got it. I mean, your life's purpose is to be like Will. That's all. Stone cold.
Nah, he just gotta get shit done.
Right.
But it's just challenging because he has to come. His personal poison is the chariot.
Cancer.
Right. That's
You already know that you're gonna win. You've been winning for a grip. You don't know how to take a loss and keep it running.
Nah, he got his feelings.
And his Mercury is in Cancer with his sun in Gemini.
So his south node is in the second house, which is comfort all day, which makes it more challenging. Just like my south node is in my first house, so it's almost like an oxymoron. You want me to stop doing first house stuff?
Right. Yeah.
All my life? They was like, yeah.
Mine's in my third. South is in my third.
And you want to put Pluto right here conjunct it too, just for damn shits and giggles. We all have our struggles. I'm just let everybody know.
Right.
Nigga, it's not as easy as you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the more you look into this stuff, then you have to realize that all this is what know thyself means. You know what I'm saying? But after know thyself, what they had written in Spanish up under that in Egypt was be true to what you know. And that's the thing. Jokers will find something. That's why I don't like a too heavy of a cosmophysician, because then they start using the signs to say this is why I didn't get this done, or it's impossible for me to get this done, when you can transcend your chart. Mm-hmm. But that's from realizing that you're at the center of the chart. So, but you have to go through that junkie phase though, you know what I'm saying? But daggone, how old can you be still being a junkie? Like, I'm ready for y'all to start serving me. I didn't come down here for y'all. Y'all are reminders, you know what I'm saying? For me to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but y'all ain't supposed to master me though. These cards aren't supposed to. These are guide. That's why they call oracle cards. Right. You know what I'm saying? Divination. They're an extension of our divine selves. They're just waiting for our energies.
Every time I see this, I'm like, that is definitely me and now.
Yeah, it's funny because that's Jazz too. She's Sag Deacon in Aries.
Say which one is me?
King of Pentacles. Just the way that card is depicted.
Let me see it up close.
So you can also read the houses like this as well. You can read somebody's chart and houses like this as well. So for instance, you just lay out, for instance, let's say my ascendant is 27 degrees Pisces. So my ascendant is at the top. So this is my first house, my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. You know what I mean? Whereas your ascendant is Virgo, so he would be right here. And so this is his first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th.
Mine too.
You know what I mean? Right. So
King
of Wands is
rules.
your 12th.
Prince of Chariot, the Prince.
Unless you're the third deacon of Virgo, in which the Knight of Pentacles would be here.
14 degrees on the second degree. The second.
So yeah, so you're right here.
Second deacon.
So you're what I progressed into, because I progressed into this card. I mean, I'm 12 degrees of Virgo progressed.
So I'm
My
probably
sun is on your ascendant. My progressed sun is on your ascendant.
on my natal
Yeah,
ascendant.
natal ascendant. So yeah, so same thing with the houses.
We're about to put the wheel out, or we're about to bring the astrology cards out?
I can bring astrology cards out if you want to.
Oh, game over for y'all. Well, look, y'all can go to Owl Crown Tarot, which will be being renamed soon, but you can still go over there right now.
I gotta think about that. I like that.
So do a reading on it.
Right.
Yeah, but you ain't paying yourself to read.
That's true.
So where can they find you on Instagram?
Owl Crown Tarot and Lords of the Pivot.
Righto.
Lords of
And
the Pivot.
absolutely. So I'm here helping these young bulls get this marketing right so they can deliver this. So the exchange will be fair and they can over deliver to you. Whatever they say that they're going to bring to you, you should just go ahead and just start swiping. That's what I would do. So right now, I would just follow both of them on Instagram, Laws of the Pivot and Our Crown Tarot. You can go over to my page. They have me tagged in some stuff. Yeah. And that's it for today, because I'm about to go to something else. It's like I did the other day. Peace.